The Perseverance Award is given to a youth who has proven that personal initiative and determination can overcome any form of adversity.
We at Rogers are proud to present the Perseverance Award. All of the nominees this year have achieved great things while facing tremendous challenges and adversity. All are inspiring examples that prove today's youth are resilient, strong, and dedicated to achieving their goals. These are the nominees for the Perseverance Award.
Originally from war-torn Burundi, 17-year-old Ernest Dushime has spent most of his life fleeing conflict. When the civil war escalated, his family of 14 siblings and his mother were forced to flee. After it was safe to return home, Ernest discovered that his father had been killed in the conflict. In the subsequent fighting, Ernest lost 7 siblings. When his home was raided, Ernest hid under the bed with his mother and remaining siblings. They were ultimately pulled out by soldiers, and his mother was ruthlessly killed in front of her children. Shortly after, Ernest's uncle took the family, and together they fled Burundi and traveled through Rwanda, Uganda, and Kenya before finally settling in Canada in 2006. Now as a community outreach assistant for the YMCA, Ernest uses his understanding of conflict and loss to help others who have also experienced trauma or transition.
When I was back home, I faced a lot of things that ruined my life. When I got here, I thought I was coming to heaven. I was in heaven, and all I wanted to do was my own thing. I was on the street for a few days. I was a really, really bad boy. I was terrible. So when I moved to Calgary, everything changed. I was a different man but now, and I had a lot of help from a lot of people behind me. My family, my manager, my soccer teammates, everyone was around me, and they helped me change and to the man I am today. The advice that I give to someone that's at the same situation I've been in, I'll tell them that to believe in themselves and to know that there's a lot of people out there that can help them. Just believe.
At 14 years old, Kayla Bennett came out as a lesbian. She was ostracized by close family members. After grade 9, Kayla got involved with drugs and alcohol. Kayla became homeless, and several times a week she would get high on ecstasy with a close friend who would use cocaine, ketamine, and several other substances. This caused her friend to develop a seizure disorder and passed away shortly afterward. Kayla knew she didn't want that for herself and began the long and challenging path to sobriety. Now at Discovering Choices High School, Kayla has become a role model amongst her peers. She was a leader in raising $5,000 for the Kids Cancer Care Foundation, even shaving her head for the cause.
I've learned that I'm pretty strong, actually. I've learned that I've had a lot of determination and a lot of willpower, for sure. That's just, I have a lot of charisma as well, and I have a very strong character, and I've kind of learned to come to terms with that and kind of find myself throughout all my experiences, so yeah, for sure. I've learned a lot. A lot of times I'm not so good with my words, but it's my actions towards people, the vibes I give them in a more comforting kind of way, but I always, if I don't know what to say, I just kind of jump on them and just give them like a really, really big, gigantic hug, so. But, I don't know, just kind of make it through it, really. Stand your ground and don't really let anybody knock you down. I don't know. It's basically what I tell everyone. Toughen up. You can do it.
16-year-old Rayleigh Boss's struggles with clinical depression and ADHD led her down a dark path to drug and alcohol abuse. By the time she was 12, she was an addict. If that wasn't enough to handle, she was sexually assaulted at 12 years old and left pregnant. She realized she was too young to give the baby the life it deserved, and an abortion was not an option for her. So she gave the baby to her aunt and uncle to adopt. She started focusing on school, and after dealing with the death of a few friends from drug overdoses and overdosing herself, she made the difficult decision to sober up and stay clean.
When I was 6 months pregnant, I came up with the idea because my Auntie Christine and Uncle Gord, they tried for 15 years to have kids. Like, they've been married for a long time. And they were always so good with me when I was growing up, when I visited Winnipeg and stuff, and they are awesome people. And I just kind of came up with the idea, like, well, why don't they adopt him? And my mom was like, that's a really good idea. So I kind of gave them the best Christmas present of their life. From my life, I've learned that I'm a really strong individual and I can overcome anything that life throws in front of me. and I just won't back down, and I'll always get back up.
On behalf of Rogers, I would like to congratulate all of the nominees and the recipient of the Perseverance Award. It's a privilege and an honor to showcase all of these great achievements.